Welcome to Tao Living, the Art of Living podcast with your host, Luke Corletto, where you will be supported to remember that you are the driver and not the vehicle, so that you can walk your life in trust. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to the Tao Living podcast, the Art of Living. Today, I'm going to unpack a really beautiful concept that I just love. It's called escape velocity. Now, in science, right, this real aspect used in celestial mechanics is when escape velocity is the minimum speed required for a free, non-propelled body to escape the influence of a primary body, the gravitational influence, to generate infinite distance from it, right? So that's kind of the definitions. More practical, when you think of like a rocket taking off, if a rocket doesn't have enough escape velocity, when it takes off from the Earth, it leaves the ground, if it doesn't have enough escape velocity, it'll end up not making through the atmosphere, stratosphere, and return back to Earth because it didn't have enough momentum to bring. How can you utilize this concept in your life? So let's go back to the rocket. A couple things. One, when a rocket uses something like 80% of its fuel just to generate momentum to overcome inertia, to get off the platform, right? This massive thing is sitting still that then has to get up and go, then fight gravity to eventually break free from the atmosphere to get into space. And you've seen on shows, NASA or movies, once it does break that field, then it can jettison some of those engines because it's now doesn't have that influence of the pull, and it can keep moving in the direction that it's heading without all of that effort. But initially, there's a lot of effort, right? So when you think about anything you're up to in your life, starting a business, a new fitness program, a new relationship, anything that you're up to that's new requires a lot of energy and it requires a lot of momentum. If we don't, right, if you don't have the escape velocity, you won't finish and you'll end up falling back. Yeah. So escape velocity, think about, holy smokes, addictions, right? People who, whatever the addiction is, could be food, drugs, alcohol, approval, right? The approval addiction, the addiction to be accepted, all of those things. If you generate, and then, so think about substance addictions. People start the process to break free from it, but they're not free, and therefore they lapse and they go back in, right? So they don't have escape velocity to gain infinite distance from that thing that they were addicted to: food, drugs, rock and roll, right? All that stuff. And so what is this escape velocity concept, right? Outside of physics, what is it? How can we utilize it? The escape velocity to break free from limiting beliefs, from the need to be needed, from approval, right? As I mentioned, the fear of rejection, the I'm not good enough. Like that's a heavy one that pulls people back down. You can be super successful, own 3 businesses, make millions of dollars, have 12 degrees, and it's still not enough. Because in that process, no matter what you do, there's never going to be escape velocity because the primary pattern is sitting in the subconscious mind saying, but you still have to prove your worth. You still have to prove that you're good enough. So no, that's the one where the bar always moves, right? Financially, you just made $100,000, $1 million, $5 million, whatever you made. And that should have been the bar. Hey, I've made it. I'm successful. I've proved it, but it's not. You get there and then it has to be 200,000, 5 million, right? Whatever the bar is, it gets moved always. So that's one of those madness places where escape velocity never seems to show up. It's there. We're just not getting to the root of what's necessary. Um, Escape velocity, to leave an unhealthy relationship because the influential pull, right? Back to the original definition, be it the gravitational pull of an earth or the gravitational pull of someone, right? Or something, people, places, mindsets, stories, old patterns, right? We're influenced by all of it. And if that influence is preventing you from heading to the next level of your life, freedom, then at the moment you don't have enough escape velocity to generate freedom, right? To create infinite distance from this thing where you won't fall back, right? And so this is what a lot of people that I've experienced with, and I've experienced this myself way too many times in the past, but I've got a handle on escape velocity now. Especially in healing where people get involved. So it could be body, right? Healing conditions, healing a broken heart, healing stuff in the body, stuff in the mind. And they get, far in the journey. They put in a lot of time and effort, but it never gets resolution because there's that piece that doesn't get handled, right? In a previous podcast, I talked about this metaphor of audio editing with this spectrum, right? That we're only getting parts of the frequency spectrum, not the full bandwidth. And true escape velocity covers that bandwidth. It gives you propulsion to move free from the influence of that person, place, thing, idea, concept, construct, what have you. Yeah. So practically, like, how do you put this into play? Well, that depends on where you're at and where you're looking to go, right? Yet it is proportional to each person on where they're at and what they're looking to achieve, what they're looking to create distance from. Not running away, breaking free. Big difference, right? Breaking free. I just recently did a podcast about the metaphor of skydiving and healing, right? And from a skydiving place, like, cool, you go up in a plane, you jump out and you're flying, but guess where you return every single time? Back to Earth, right? So there's not enough escape velocity. It's great to get up, and I'm skydiving, so it's great to get up and have fun and fly in the air and fly under the canopy of the parachute and land. But you're not free from that influence of the gravitational pull. It's always going to take you down because the airplane doesn't go high enough to break free from the gravitational influence of Earth, right? So take a moment to take inventory in your own flow. Where have you been looking to jettison from, to create freedom within yourself? Your health, right? Your relationships, your business, your mind. Where is that? And what is it you need to add to the package in order to really create true escape velocity, to break free from the influence of the thing? Yeah, it's doable. Even though if you haven't achieved it yet, it is. And there's one way we can totally help you with that. Lydia and I, my partner, are facilitating a really profound retreat that will totally give you tools for escape velocity. You'll experiencing during the 4 days. And then we'll give you the skill sets and tools to keep using it so you don't fall back, but you keep in the trajectory free from the influence of whatever that was. We'd love to have you come play with us. It's May 18 to 21 on our property. It's called The Art of Living. It's 4 days, deep dive, very intimate, only 22 people. So everybody gets their, you get heard, you get the time, you get the attention from us. And so no falling back, only outward bound freedom. Yeah. Love to have you. If that resonates. Click the link below. Much more details. If you need more than that, send us a note. Be happy to respond. Do know that what you're looking for is doable, right? No matter how many times and effort you put in and maybe haven't achieved it, it's there, right? The old adage is what got you here can't get you there. That means wherever you're at and you're looking to go somewhere else, that requires new skill sets, new strategies, new tools. And we have plenty of those to unfold and help you experience so you can apply them to your life and truly generate escape velocity. True freedom from the influence of whatever's been holding you back. Thanks for tuning in. to the Tao Living Podcast, The Art of Living. Please share this with others. Help us. Help the world heal. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in. Abundant blessings. Until next time. Ciao. Peace. Thank you for tuning in to the Tao Living Podcast, The Art of Living. Click the link in the show notes for the complete details for the May 18 to May 21 Art of Living Retreat. Or go to my website, loucorletto.com. Under Programs, scroll down to Live Events and choose the Art of Living, Tao Living 4-Day Retreat. Until next time, abundant blessings. Ciao.